It's your girl Kiara Washington Speaks, and welcome back to my channel. I know it has been, ooh, it's probably been a month since I made a video, but it's actually kind of late at night. It's probably maybe 10:30. But I wanted to come on here really quickly and just make this video because, as I say, and I've said in the past, and I'll say again, we never know who may be educated, motivated, or inspired by what is said. So, really quickly, I just got off the phone with my fiance. We probably were talking for about 40 minutes, and we were talking about, a lot of important things, but the gist of the conversation made me think about this. One of the most important things in life is to know that wherever you're standing, sitting, or currently are right now in your life, understand that you always have the ability and the opportunity to grow from that space. Let me say that again. No matter where you are currently, no matter where that is, you always have the ability to grow from whatever space you are currently in. And I want to use the example of myself because I think that sometimes we say things generally speaking, but we don't really go in depth about what we mean. So for me, um, I've always been very passionate about speaking my truth, being honest in my stance and in my position, no matter what that may be. One thing I've been passionate about for a while in my life, at least over the last 5 years or so, is just Black people being very conscious of themselves and what they are able to do throughout their lifetime. Being that we may have gone through a lot of things emotionally, psychologically, historically, but that none of those things are determining factors for who we can become as people and as individuals. And so, my thing is, regardless of slavery, regardless of racism, regardless of other Black people turning on other Black people and committing crimes against other Black people, what are we going to do individually as people to make a change for ourselves? One thing that my mother taught me growing up is accountability. She always taught me to be accountable for the messes that I made, and if I was ever to make a mess, to be the person to clean it up. And so I had to start thinking about some of the things that I've adopted into my think tank and some of the things I've dumped into my think tank and where did I get these ideas and how do I allow myself to become indoctrinated by certain things. And I just remember, and I've had this conversation um, a lot um, on social media, especially on Facebook. But this is a conversation I've had when I first came into consciousness of just being quote unquote Black, and I don't want to say Black, but pro Black or woke or whatever you want to call it. I was very angry towards white people and towards the history that Black people had been affected by throughout the diaspora. And to be honest, fairly so. Sometimes when you come into the realization of things that have happened to your people and the things that you have dealt with, it can piss you off. It can make you mad. It can make you upset. But here's the beautiful part about it. Um, Regardless of what any of us have been through, we've always had the opportunity to make do, to be better, to create, to overcome. And so now the space that I sit in, I just realized how much time I don't have to be upset. I realized a lot of the time that I spent in the past being upset and being angry um, was really useless. I could have really spent more time becoming even more educated or becoming more well versed. And I think now that I sit here at 30 years old, and I've mentioned this recently, I am a 30-year-old still obtaining a bachelor's degree, which I know some people may say, oh, Kiera, I'm 40 years old going after my bachelor's, or I'm 50 years old going after my bachelor's. You're still very young. Yeah, but I also know people who are younger than me and they have masters or they're going back for doctorates. Either way, that's neither here nor there. But I talk about how for so long, or even for just a certain span of my life, I always thought that, okay, well, I didn't necessarily need college to be effective. I didn't need the formal education to be effective. Here's the thing that I've learned from my life, and this may not apply for you. This may not reach you at all. What I've learned for me is because of the things that I want to do, because of the people I want to affect, because of the role that I desire to play in society, I need to become more well versed outside of just what I think I know. Let me say that again. I have to become more well versed outside of what I think I know. It's more about what it really is. And so that's the beautiful thing about being back in college. It lets me know that I have the ability and the right to change my mind from my old thinking patterns. Because as you learn new things and as you begin to take on more knowledge and you begin to learn more information, your perspective begins to change. So, what am I really saying? I know it seems like I said a lot and you're like, you're all over the place. What I'm really saying is this: be open to knowing that the way that you thought last year or the way that you thought 6 months ago, you are entitled to change your views. You are entitled, family, to change your perspective. Um, I think sometimes, especially as Black people, sometimes we get so stuck in thinking in groupthink. You know, some of us think a certain way, so all of us need to think a certain way. You know, these people think this way, so we need to think this way. And it's just not how it has to be. I realized that one major reason why I have really pulled back from social media is because I really want to know what Kiara thinks and what Kiara feels, and I really want to test the air when I walk outside the house and know what it really feels like. Instead of waking up in the morning, the first thing I do is look on social media to see what someone's saying, what someone's talking about. Getting on YouTube, what are they talking about? What are they saying? Getting on Facebook, Instagram, what are they talking about? What are they saying? Let me wake up. Let me meditate first. Let me work out for my hour and a half first. Let me take my shower. Let me refresh. Let me brush my teeth. And then if I want to check email or check social media, then I check it. But at least I know for the first hour to 2 hours of my day, I'm not being indoctrinated by anything else. I'm not thinking about I'm not thinking the way the way that anyone else is thinking. I'm thinking, moving, breathing, and living on my own terms in the way that I want to move. And so, I want to say when I got sick back in July, me and my fiance both actually got sick with COVID-19 back in July, the beginning of July. And I want to say that when I actually got sick, it was kind of one of those moments where, first of all, me and him got really close. You know, we had a lot more time to spend together, became more appreciative of each other. But it also was a time frame where I just was able to really think about the things that meant something to me. Because actually, back in July, I actually got back in school. So the beginning of July, I got back in school. And so I just started thinking about, like, there are other things that mean something to me. There are other things that are more important. And the most important thing is being okay with changing my mind, being okay with feeling and thinking for myself totally and fully. And so I just want to impress that upon you all in this video. I know it may seem like I am all over the place, and I'm cool with it because, like I said, it's like 10:30, 10:45 at night. But I couldn't go to sleep without sharing that thought and sharing that feeling. I am so super blessed to be able to be in the space that I'm in. And I think the thing that has helped me to see how even more blessed that I am is the fact that I've pulled back from being involved so heavily in the things that are not important. Like, I have really allowed myself to say, Kiara, what do you need to do today? What are you meditating on today? What are you focusing on today? And when I do that, and when I have done that, I feel so much more in control. I feel so much better about myself and about my life. So I hope this video has helped somebody. If I seem to be all over the place, I do apologize, but it was in my heart and it was in my spirit. So my hope and my prayer is that it's helped you. And to all of my returning subscribers, I love you all. Thank you for supporting the channel and for supporting the brand. To all my new subscribers, welcome to the family. And please make sure if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. I love you all, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.